What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Malcolm. Welcome back to another video. As you can see by the title, in today's video we're going over 3 normal money habits that are keeping you poor. Now I wanted to emphasize the word normal because these are things that we consider to be normal, but I've realized that these things have held me back in my finances, and also they may be holding you back as well. So I want to get straight into this video and just give you guys a money statistic that I was reading online the other day. So according to Forbes, 56% of Americans can't afford a $1,000 emergency expense from their savings account, meaning that 56% of Americans can't afford a $1,000 emergency that happens to them, whether that's a repair that they need to the car or just anything that happens last minute that they are not prepared for. They can't afford to pull $1,000 out of their emergency savings, meaning that they don't have $1,000 saved up. So if 56% of Americans don't have at least $1,000 saved, that means that not only are we not saving money, but we're not preparing ourselves for these situations that could happen anytime of our lives. And a lot of it comes down to habits that we make with our paychecks, whether we're not saving enough, whether we're not saving at all, whether we're just spending, overspending, whatever the case is. I'm going to go over 3 things that I think can help you with your finances. So the first normal money habit that is keeping you poor is going to be not having a savings plan. So let's be honest, a lot of us do not have a savings plan. A savings plan could be as simple as saying you're going to save X amount of money after you spend X amount of money on your bills. So if you bring in $3,000 for the month, you should be able to say that out of that $3,000 a month, you're going to have these expenses to pay, whether it's your car note, your mortgage, your rent, whatever bills you have to pay, you're going to have to pay those every single month. So after paying these monthly expenses, you're going to want to designate on the side how much money you're going to save. Now for me personally, I like to set aside 10 to 15% after I pay all my expenses to savings. Now I like to also put money to the side for other things as well, but saving specifically is at least 10 to 15% of the income that's left after I pay my bills. So if I have, after I pay my bills, $2,000 left, then I'm not going to save all $2,000. I'm going to save 10 to 15% of that $2,000 and at least know that I'm going to have money to spend throughout the month, or spend on gas, or spend on whatever it is, because normally my monthly expenses are the set things that don't change. So that's the rent, mortgage, whatever it is that's going to stay the same. So as far as the fixed monthly expenses, I would want to set those to the side and really calculate how much that is for you every single month. Because for me personally, I have been able to write in my notes on my iPhone every single month what my set bills are, so that when I do get paid, I know exactly what amount of money to put this to the side and don't touch at all, because that's the money that is going to get taken out of my account because of auto pay for bills. So that's number 1, not having a savings plan that could potentially be keeping you poor. And we're going to move on to number 2, which is overspending. So a lot of us, let's be honest, we overspend money that we shouldn't be spending. So whether it's overspending on monthly subscriptions, whether it's overspending on the amount of food you eat, whether it's overspending on the amount of clothes you buy, shoes, whatever it is, we're not setting budgets to how much we should actually be spending on these things. We're just going in without even having an idea of what we're going to do. You know, for me personally, I like to set aside, like I said, money to the side to save, but I also like to set aside money specifically for certain things. Like I may have a project I want to do on my house, or clothes I want to buy, a pair of shoes I want to buy, or something that I want to buy, but I set a limit for myself to spend that a certain amount. Whether it's grocery shopping, whatever it is, I set a limit on that amount. And if I go over, I keep a count of that amount I went over, and I try not to continue to go over. Maybe the next time I get paid, I might set whatever I went over to be that next limit. Regardless of how much you make, overspending can make you live paycheck to paycheck every single month. But that's going to be number 2, and that's overspending. If you overspend, let's be honest, you probably don't have a savings plan. But if you do have a savings plan and you do kind of overspend, I would say that is number 2 to keeping you poor, because it is considered to be normal and something that we just overlook and don't really think too much about. But really look at your finances. I want to challenge you all, if you're watching this video right now, to look at your finances. Look at them and just really see how much money you're spending on going out to eat, how much money you're spending on these monthly subscriptions, whether it's Netflix, YouTube TV, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you're spending your money on. Really calculate how much you're spending and see if you're essentially overspending. So if you have money coming in every month, see how much money you actually have to keep for yourself at the end of the month. And if you can say that you're in the negative, then you're definitely overspending. But if you're in the positive a little bit, $500, $400, whatever it is that you have to save after your bills, then I would say to use that leftover money that you have to save towards the future. Not only towards the future, but save towards expenses that you need in that exact moment, so you don't have to pull out of your savings or do this or that. So that's going to be number 2, is stop overspending, because the more we do that, the more we have to wait for the next check, and the next check before we can get it is gone. But I want to go on to the third and final thing, because this is going to be something that has helped me after I've stopped doing it a lot. But the third and final thing is going to be impulsive buying. And impulsive buying, a lot of us know what this is. And if you don't know what this is, impulsive buying is buying exactly what you want in that exact moment without even thinking. So when you go into a store and you go into the store with your list of items that you need to buy, and that is the list of items that you told yourself you were going to go buy, right? But you venture off and you go into an aisle that you never should have went into in the first place, stay in the store a little bit longer than you need to, and you eventually have 5 or 6 more items that you never came to the store to even get in the first place. That is what I mean by impulsive buying. Just getting things off impulse without really thinking about it, and making that a bad habit over time. Now, if you do it once or twice, I'm not saying that that's such a terrible thing and you should never do it, but impulsive buying over time becomes a habit that is terrible, and it becomes a habit that kind of eats at your pocket a lot. And like I said, this has helped me a lot by not doing it. If we're being honest, all 3 things I named in this video kind of link to one another, and they're kind of all the same. They all come down to just having a plan in general. But impulsively buying things, not having a savings plan, and also overspending, those 3 things alone lead to poor financial habits that are holding us back. So I really think that you guys, if you follow these 3 things to stop doing, and if you looked over your statements every single month, or even during this video, if you just pause this video, look over your bank statements, and if any of the 3 things that I've said in this video are a factor to why your finances are the way they are right now, then drop a comment down below and tell me if you agree to anything I said, or if I missed anything that you may think I should have said that has helped you to improve your finances. But anyways, these 3 things have helped me, and I hope they help you. So yeah, like I said, 56% of Americans don't even have $1,000 saved. So if 56% of us don't have $1,000 saved, that means that we're not prepared. You can have money on hand to buy physical things in the case of an emergency. That is the best position to ever be in. And this video should help you, hopefully, to at least set a goal to save, because the first one being not having a savings plan should be the first thing we all do, and that should be to just have a savings plan, come up with an amount that we want to save every single month, and develop an emergency savings essentially to be good in these emergency situations. So yeah, that's the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop some comments down below if this video helped you in any way, and yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace.